Hey guys, it's BJaws, and today I want to talk about Halo 5's multiplayer and how you guys would rank it among the other Halos. Now, this is going to be a very subjective video, of course. Some of you guys will agree or disagree with my viewpoints on this, and I'll get into how I would rank it later on in the video. But right now, I just want to get into kind of what Halo 5 was all about. So I think that Halo 5's multiplayer has one of the most replayable multiplayers out there because it is so fast-paced, it was so competitive. It was definitely made for that esports scene, and it had a lot of it when the game first came out. And that's the reason why I really enjoyed it and keep coming back to it. I do like the competitive edge that it offers. I am a competitive player myself, and I try to do the best I can in each game that I play. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, of course. I have bad games too, but that's why I like it, because it is so much more fast-paced than the other Halos. Now, I think a lot of people might think that as the opposite. It's so much different than if you look at Halo 3 or Halo 2. It's much faster than those games, and that throws people off. Plus, it can be too sweaty at some points as well, which can throw the casual player off. You definitely don't want to be playing it if it's sweaty every single time, which is basically Warzone nowadays. I absolutely love Warzone when it first came out, but sometimes it can get super sweaty, and you just play sweaty games nonstop, and it gets old even for me. But I would say that it has a very high replayability, and one of the most out of all the Halo games that have come out. Looking at some other things that this game implemented, I would say it implemented some of the weapon pads that you can distinguish where the weapons are going to spawn. I think that was a pretty cool idea. No Halo has done that before. Some of the game types it implemented, Warzone, of course, that's my favorite game type in Halo. I absolutely love Big Team in all Halos. That is my favorite game type, and this just brought it even bigger and better. When you think of Warzone, you think of a much bigger Big Team. You think of all the different weapon variants that this game brought, all the different vehicle variants that Warzone brought. I mean, you have so many different Banshees, different tanks, different ghosts, different snipers, different rockets, different pistols. I mean, there's just so many different kind of weapons. The variety that you can choose from, it's just mind-boggling. I think 343 did a really good job with the selection of weapons and vehicles that you can select in Warzone. Now, coming back to Warzone, again, I would say one of the things I was not a huge fan of was the wreck system. That being because you could pay for the wrecks and buy the vehicles and the weapons if you unlock them in the wreck packs. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that because it kind of gives people an advantage. If you have the money to spend, then you can do that. But the people that don't, they can't do that. Now, at the same time, they did kind of balance it out with the different wreck points that you can earn by grinding in this game, which is what I absolutely did. I never spent a single penny on this game. I just grinded so much, got all those wreck points built up, and spent those on the wreck packs, unlocked everything that way. So they did a good job with that. You think about the other game types they brought into this, Super Fiesta. That was a definitely really fun game. That's one of my favorites in this. They brought different variants of Infection, of Big Team. You got Big Team, Super Fiesta, and of course they brought in Breakout, which was a very popular game type when it first came out. They did change it after it came out after a while, and I think that threw a lot of people off. A lot of people don't like that, and people still nowadays try to get 343 to update it, which probably won't happen. But going into the rankings real quick, I would say for me, my favorite is Halo Reach. Absolutely love that. That's my favorite Halo of all time. Then I would say Halo 3. I think Halo 3 had one of the biggest impacts on the franchise. Then I would go with Halo 4. I absolutely loved Halo 4's multiplayer, and a lot of people probably don't agree with that, and a lot of people didn't like it, but I absolutely loved it. Then I would say Halo 5, and then I would say Halo 2, and then Halo CE, the first Halo. So that's kind of how I would rank Halo 5 in there among the other Halos. I would say it's definitely a fun Halo for sure. And I just, right now at this point, I can't wait to play Infinite, because it's been 4 years since we had a new Halo game. But I would say Halo 5 multiplayer was definitely very solid in the end, and has a lot of playability with it. And I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of it now that I look back on it. But I would love to know what you guys think about this. If you could give me your ranks of all the Halos, that would be awesome. I would love to hear your opinions, and if you guys agree or disagree with mine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of video, and I will see you guys next video. See ya.